He was a typical teenage boy until he began to lose his ability to speak. His parents went from doctor to doctor, and they finally got their answer. This is the story of Jeremy Obata's fight to reclaim his voice.
Jeremy Obata checks for mail. To understand why a walk to the mailbox and a laugh with his mom is amazing requires us to go back through an unexpected journey and a diagnosis that has stolen the last 5 years of Jeremy's life.
I want you to try to count to 10.
1, 2,
That's about as good as you can do, huh?
4,
By the time then 17-year-old Jeremy arrived at Emory Brain Health, his speech was all but gone, imprisoned by dystonia, a movement disorder that made his muscles contract uncontrollably. He had withered away, leaving school, becoming a recluse as his family desperately searched for answers.
Close your mouth and try to hold it close.
When they saw Dr. Stuart Factor, the director of the Movement Disorders Program at Emory Brain Health, they got an answer they never expected.
Jeremy has a rare disease. We call it Pank 2.
The genetic degenerative brain disease that affects only 3 in a million people causes iron to accumulate in the brain.
When you look at their MRI, it looks like 2 eyes. So the MRI is called the eye of the tiger.
Jeremy's parents learned they each carried a single gene mutation that, when put together, allowed the disease to develop in their son.
It's still painful. I still wonder why.
At the center of his rare odds was a young man who could no longer communicate. Dr. Factor suggested deep brain stimulation surgery, rarely used for this disease.
The jury's out. Very few people out there have had it done. And we reviewed the literature. There's probably 10 people in the world or 12 people in the world who've had it done.
Jeremy's mom was not having it.
I was afraid for him, and I'm going like, nope, nobody's going in my son's head.
But Jeremy wanted it. He wanted a shot at getting his life back.
There's an area of his brain, deep in his brain, called the basal ganglia, that are not functioning correctly.
Neurosurgeon Dr. Robert Gross performs Jeremy's surgery in an MRI scanner.
We put the electrodes in, we connect them up to their own little power supply, and they fire impulses into the basal ganglia. Those impulses, which are fired at regular intervals, override the abnormal activity that's present in his basal ganglia.
3 months later,
Questions?
Jeremy is ready to talk.
Yeah, I'm doing better.
We saw him 1 month after his first programming, and I couldn't believe it. I walked in the room and he said, "Hi, Dr. Factor." I almost came to tears because I just couldn't believe how much better he was, and I was really concerned. It's brain surgery, and what are we doing to him, and is it going to be worth it, and is it going to help him? And to see him smiling and talking to me was just, that's what we do this for, right? Now count to 10 for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
There are still struggles, which require programming tweaks.
Anything?
Yeah.
And Jeremy's speech will continue to improve. If you thought a trip to the mailbox was good, how about when a now 21-year-old man who can hold a pen again
It says, "Today is a very nice day.
writes out his dream,
In time, I will have enough money
possible,
to own your own business."
once again.